Last December, the Canadian Securities Administrators issued 2 status reports on mutual fund commissions and statutory fiduciary duty. The reports stated that the CSA has decided to further investigate the merits of these regulatory reforms. In response, Advocis produced a video message underscoring our commitment to remaining vigilant on these 2 critical issues for consumers and advisors. In the video, we explained how the proposed reforms would have unintended consequences for both consumers and the advisor community. We also offered an alternative to addressing potential conflicts of interest by raising professional standards in the industry. As signaled by the CSA in December, the story is not over. In April, the Ontario Securities Commission, the OSC, announced it will rule in 2015 on whether to ban commissions and implement a statutory fiduciary duty in Ontario. At the same time, the CSA intends to conduct third-party research into whether different forms of compensation influence which products advisors recommend. The CSA continues to look to regulators in other jurisdictions like the UK and Australia for leadership and direction on whether a commissions ban and statutory fiduciary duty should be introduced in Canada. Clearly, the CSA is not satisfied with their own research results to date, and in our view, through further research, are trying to justify why they wish to make changes. In response to the threat of these 2 major regulatory reforms, Advocis has commissioned its own third-party study on the economic impact of financial advisors in Canada. We are working with one of the top global consultancy firms whose research is highly valued by governments throughout the world. This is an industry first. We are hopeful that the study's research on compensation models in other jurisdictions will help to reframe the debate on a commissions ban and the introduction of a statutory fiduciary duty here in Canada. Advocis continues to promote its profession's model as the alternative to these regulatory reforms. Raising professional standards is the solution we are proposing. If we don't seize this opportunity now, regulators like the CSA will do it for us. It's up to the profession to show that it can and does put the interests of the public ahead of its own. No one knows more about the profession and what standards should be in place to best protect consumers than those who practice it. By embracing self-regulation, our profession will be less vulnerable to misguided interventions such as those brought forward by the CSA. We maintain that by establishing industry-wide standards and preserving choice in the marketplace, we as a profession will ensure that Canadians continue to benefit from the financial advice they receive today. The time has come to take control of your future. I ask you to reach out to your fellow advisors and ask them to support our approach to regulation. You are the critical link in helping to prevent the CSA's proposed reforms from becoming a reality. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we will make a difference.